Hey, so Jen and I just finished our first class of our next Raising Orchids cohort, and we were just debriefing. And literally, I just said, "This class is so amazing, right, Jen?" And then I was like, "Let me
Yeah,
hit record and like do this." So, yeah, what did you like? What did you experience during the class?
I think just every time, it's so amazing to connect with parents, in our neighborhood and different states across the country, sometimes in a different country, who, are just having so many similar experiences than, raising an orchid child, right? Who needs a little extra and the stress that comes with it. And, it just always feels so comforting, for me personally, as a parent of an orchid child, to be among others,
Yeah.
And to feel like you're giving people this like place where they can feel comfortable, not judged, and just you can feel this sense of, one of our participants at the end, you just said, go around and just say, one thing that you were feeling. And she said, relieved. And I was like, oh, that is so great. If that's like anything we can, I feel so good that we can provide that for people to find, relief. And inspiration was a couple of people inspired and motivated. And so that felt really good.
Yeah, it is really, and it's amazing how like even in the first session, stuff gets real very quickly. People do not mess around because I think one person goes and usually you do the first intro. And because, you have a child on the autism spectrum, like immediately it's like, oh, okay. And nobody has to explain themselves. Nobody has to explain how hard it is because they're among friends. And I think for a lot of them, it's the first time. And so, I had the same thing when one of them said, relieved, just like a big exhale of like, okay, I've got people who are going to help me do this. And then the other thing that I was struck by today in particular, but all of our parents are like this, they want to show up as their best selves for their kids. And they come because they sense that they could do something different or better, and whether or not that's true, like they actively like want to hone their skills, and that's just so motivating. Like I'm like, okay, let's do this, So anyway, if you are considering joining a Raising Orchids class, we have like one spot for the spring cohort, I would say, maybe two. And we will be doing other cohorts in the future, but we really hope that you will consider joining a Raising Orchids Practical Strategies class. Take care.